Dear black people, here are some of the things that school did not teach you about melanin.
Melanin, but it's also in your nervous system, which causes you to transmit information faster and to store more information than any other race. Melanin is also in your eyes that cause you to absorb more color than any other race. And of course it's in your ears, and you absorb more sound, so you will see colors differently than anybody else, and you will hear differently, so therefore your music will always be different. You always put together colors differently. Melanin is in your taste buds, which cause you to have the ability to taste the full flavor of the food. You absorb more taste. So you always combine your food differently, and you eat somebody else's food and say that's bland or whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? It's what we call the biochemical marker of life. The more melanin you have, the more civilized you are. The more melanin you have, the more psychic you are. I'm saying the more melanin you have, the more human you are.
Melanated people are not meant to eat acidic foods. Melanated people are meant to consume alkaline foods. Melanated people are meant to consume melon. When melanated people eat watermelon, it's like gold. And so vilifying watermelon helps you hurt yourself. I don't eat watermelon. No, I don't do that. You're supposed to, and yes, you do have an appetite for it. But now all of a sudden, you don't want to eat watermelon? Watermelon is the world's largest vine fruit, and it is literal gold.
They never told you, they never taught you, but today we are reclaiming the truth. Melanin is more than just pigment. It's power, it's intelligence, it's life itself. Why does the world study melanin in secret? Why is watermelon one of the most powerful foods for melanated people? Vilified. And what does this all mean for you? Stay tuned, because in the next few minutes we are diving deep into the science, the history, and the hidden knowledge that has been kept from us for too long. It's time to wake up. It's time to remember who we are.
Melanin pigment, right, is so unbelievable, George. They use it in computer chips now because it has an ability to transduce electrical energy. Can you imagine this? It has this incredible ability to hold on to and transduce and manipulate electrons, electronic energy, and photons, photonic energy. It's a fascinating molecule.
Melanin is the chemical key to life. There is nothing else to study in science but melanin. We call it chemi, which means black. The people who study melanin particles call what they're studying, the science is called chemistry. What you call chemistry, the study of melanin particles that go around in an orbit, and we call them electrons, protons, solitons. Those are melanin particles. That's why we call it chemistry. And the country you come from is called Kemet, which some people call Egypt. There's nothing else to study but melanin. And if you study chemistry or heard of chemistry and haven't heard the word melanin, you have just been studying social science.
So I just got done watching this video of him saying that melanin is worth more than gold, which it is. It's worth $445 a gram. Here is the worth of gold. Here is the worth of melanin, all the way at the top up there. Now, I don't know if y'all think about this, but I want to know, why is there a price on my skin color? Why is there a price on what makes me brown? Why are you monetizing it? Why are we monetized? Now, I know the answers to that question, and I also know that there are people that have this substance in their skin that end up missing with their organ or without their organs. I don't know. That's just something to think about.
The untold truth about melanin. Melanin is more than just a skin pigment. Not only is it all throughout your skin, but it's in your hair, your eyes, and throughout your entire nervous system. Melanin has a value greater than gold at $450 per gram, while gold is only $60 per gram. Melanin is literally so powerful, they're attempting to use it in military-grade weapons. We understand melanin to be a super semiconductor of consciousness that connects you back to the source. We understand melanin scientifically to be biochemical sunlight, living light. Be sure to follow for a part 2. Reflected light from the Most High Chief Babaji. Peace to the gods. Allah myself.
What is melanin and why is it so important to the human family and in particular to black people as we move forward to liberate ourselves in the 20th century?
Melanin is a chemical, a biochemical, meaning it's a living thing. And it's how we classify the races by how much melanin they make inside their body, not the melanin on your skin. It's how much you make inside your body. And we make the most melanin. Melanin is in your muscles, it's in your bones, it's in your nervous system and your digestive system. And it's the brain cell of cells in your body. It's the brain of all the cells in your body. And it keeps them all synchronized. It's like synchronizing the watch or something. It keeps everything coordinated, the kidneys, the lungs, the liver, everything has a cycle, and melanin keeps those cycles in order. The more melanin you have, the more intelligent you are. The more melanin you have, the more psychic you are. The more melanin you have, the more human you are. That's how we classify human beings, by how much melanin they have. And black people are classified the highest on the scale of human beings. We are number 6 and the Europeans are number 1. They have the least amount. We have the most amount. So that makes us more in tune with nature, in tune with God, if you were. And it's very important. So the way a drug works is by destroying melanin, speeding it up, or slowing it down. A drug that does not work on melanin is not a drug at all. That's the way drugs are made. And nonetheless, because of the melanin, that makes black people rather unique. We're more creative. We're more scientific. We're more human. And drugs destroy it, basically. Be the drug crack cocaine or the oil drugs called nicotine or cannabinol marijuana. Those are drugs. We just don't know what drugs are because we've been miseducated. As Carter G. Woodson said it, we are totally miseducated in science, biology, chemistry, social science, history. We are miseducated, and that's very unfortunate. So we don't really know that much about ourselves or the world. So to study melanin is to study yourself and the world, and how it works defines everything.
I cannot make this up. They will never teach melanated people this, because once we know this information, the power that we hold is going to be unmatched. Okay, look at this. Monosaccharides, okay? These are found in fruit. That is why I always say a high fruit diet is in our best interest. Look at this. All monosaccharides consist carbon chains. So it's a carbon chain backbone. And each carbon on that chain is bound to an oxygen. Okay? Okay. Now I want you to look at the melanin molecule structure, okay? This is the molecular structure of melanin, okay? Carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, okay? The chemical formula is C18H10N204. So these are also a common carbon chain. Now, what is the power of melanin? Melanin can conduct electricity with no resistance. Keyword, no resistance. Now, let's see what the sun is made out of, okay? Hydrogen, there's a little helium, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. And we have some small amounts of magnesium, sulfur, neon, iron, those things. So why is it so important that I preach that we have high fruits in our diet? Is because that is what charges our melanin. When we are eating high fructose, we are getting energy. When we're eating out in the sun, we get energy. Our melanin gets charged. That is why we cannot fear sugar, okay? Fructose, galactose, mannose, ribose, these are all perfect forms of simple sugar that our body craves for fuel. That's our electricity. That is what charges us and gives us energy, you guys. I cannot make this up. I don't care what doctor wants to go, tit for tat with me. This is real life. This is who we are. We are different, okay? We are biologically different than any other race, which means our needs and how we fuel ourselves for energy is going to be different. So if you are ready to tap into your true power, I have a lot of more videos like this in my community. And you guys, I also have a free detox guide to start your journey into a fruit-based diet. So check it out if you're interested.
Melanin is so much more than just skin color. It's a biochemical powerhouse, an essential component of life itself, and yet its true power has been hidden from us. The more we understand melena, the more we begin to see that it's deeply connected to our intelligence, our physical abilities, and even our spiritual energy. Let's start with the nervous system. Melena isn't just in the skin. It's in your brain, in your neurons, and in your entire central nervous system. This means that melena helps in transmitting electrical signals throughout your body. It enhances memory, speeds up cognitive function, and allows for faster processing of information. This is why melanated people have an innate ability to pick up on patterns, rhythms, and frequency that others may struggle to comprehend. It's not just a cultural thing, it's a biological advantage. Melena is also in the eyes. This is why black people see colors differently. Have you ever noticed that we put colors together in ways that others can't? The way we dress, the way we design, the way we see the world, it's all connected to the way melena enhances our vision. It absorbs more light, which means we see a fuller spectrum of colors than people with less melena. This is why our art, our fashion, and even our interior design stand out. It's extension of how our eyes naturally perceive the world. And it's not just vision. Melena is in the ears, which means we hear different tunes. This is why our music, our beats, and our rhythms are unmatched. It's not just about talent, it's about how our bodies are naturally wired to absorb and interpret sound. The vibration, the buzz, the soul, it resonated deeply in us because of the way melena interacts with sound waves. And then there is taste. Melena in the taste buds allows black people to absorb and recognize food more fully. This is why we season our food the way we do. This is why then we eat food from other cultures. We often feel like something is missing. It's because our taste receptors are working on a higher level, detecting every single nuisance and flavor. Now let's talk about food. Specifically, watermelon. Watermelon is one of the most powerful nutrient-dense fruits on the planet, especially for melanated people. It's a natural alkaline which helps to balance the body's pH levels. It hydrates, desoftens, and replenishes energy. So why is it that watermelon has been turned into a stereotype? Why has it been made into a joke? The truth is, when you convince people to turn away from their natural foods, you weaken them. Watermelon is not just food, it's medicine. It contains lycopene and which fights cancer. It contains amino acids that improve blood circulation. It keeps you hydrated better than plain water because of its natural electrolytes. They don't want you to eat watermelon because they don't want you to be at your full strength. They have turned it into a symbol of shame, so you reject what is actually meant to nourish you. And when you reject what is naturally for you, you hurt yourself in ways you don't even realize. Now let's go deeper. Melena isn't just in the body, it's now being used in technology. Scientists have discovered that melena has the ability to conduct and store energy. That means melena is literally a super coordinator. It can absorb and transduce electronic energy and even photonic energy, which means it interacts with light at a molecular level. Do you understand what this means? This means that melena is just important to the body. It's important to the future of technology itself. It is being studied in labs for use in computer chips because how efficiently it conducts electricity. Melena is so powerful that they are trying to replicate its property artificially, but we already have it naturally. The question is, why are we not taught this? Why is this knowledge hidden? Let's take it back to history. The study of chemistry, the word itself comes from climate, the ancient name for Egypt. Climate means black land because of its rich soil, but it also represents the people, black people, who were the original scientists, the original mathematicians, the original architects of civilization. The very concept of chemistry comes from the study of melena. Electrons, photons, electrons, these are the very particles that govern how melena interacts with the environment. If you study chemistry and you don't study melena, you are missing the foundation of it all. And yet, how often do you hear about this in school? They teach you about chemistry, but they never connect it to melena. They teach you about biology, but they never tell you the role melena plays in intelligence, in health, in energy. They separate the knowledge so you never put the pieces together. So what do we do with this knowledge? First, we stop rejecting what is naturally for us. We embrace the foods that nourish us. Watermelon, berries, dark leaves, greens, alkaline-rich foods. We pay attention to what we put into our bodies because we are not like everyone else. Second, we stop believing that melanin is just about skin color. It is deeper than that. It is a key to our intelligence, our creativity, our spirituality. It is a biochemical advantage and it has been studied and documented for centuries but hidden from us. And third, we share this knowledge because the more we understand about ourselves, the stronger we become. This is the knowledge they don't want you to have, but now you do. So what will you do with it? Thank you for watching, and let's continue this conversation in the comments below. Let us share our thoughts and perspective with one another. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on this story and more. I will see you in the next video.